the Lancashire Hotpots.
Hey!
Okay.
I get on all right, yeah. Sound.
Welcome to the end of January, beginning of February, Lancashire Hotpots podcast.
We're here.
The short-ish, episodic audio world of the Hotpots.
Well said, Dickie.
Thank you very much.
You might not have been able to hear him then, because you can hear the ambient noise.
Ambient noise of
Bernard.
drinking people.
Yeah.
For the listeners at home, describe where we are at the moment.
We're in a very big room filled with 750 different beers.
That's
of course, we are at the 2017 Manchester Beer and Cider Festival.
This is our third that we've done?
In a row, yeah.
One at the Velodrome, two here.
Two here.
Yeah.
So we're recording this at the start of the day, purposefully, because we all know that after a couple of very strong halves, it's going to get very, very messy indeed.
We did try to record a podcast once after a gig in a hotel room. We were very, very inebriated. That podcast lasted 164 minutes and was full of 162 minutes of absolute codswallop.
Yeah. And I've started with a 7.4, so here we go. Strap yourselves in.
And I'm indecisive, so I just went for whatever Bernard got.
Also, apologies for absence. Regular listeners will notice there isn't a little sing Scouse voice on this one.
Do you say Fanta?
He couldn't get a visa to come into Manchester.
No, he was left on the East Lancs. So, but he'll be back next month, and he sends his warm regards. Just below.
Has he got plans today, or is he just scared?
It's with his so-called family. Priorities.
Oh, please.
McCartney. Priorities. So, obviously, it's the start of 2017. Should we have a brief rewind?
A reminisce package,
Wow.
yeah.
Is that possible? So much happened.
So much happened in
Big year,
2016.
big year.
It was possibly, some would argue, our biggest ever year. Wow.
Yeah. You know, when you get into this business, and especially with us, we had an initial kind of trajectory up, and then it kind of plateaued for a bit. And then you kind of think...
you could say we went downhill.
We went downhill. But last year it kind of started going up a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
Who knows what this year's going to bring?
Nice, I enjoyed it. Lots of good memories.
Indeed, yeah.
Yes.
Everyone said that 2016 was a bad year, but in band terms for us,
Yeah.
spot on.
We're all right.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
sod year. Yeah, no, it was good. Any personal highlights, Bernard?
Not that I can recall immediately.
I for some reason, the thing that always kind of kicked into my mind is Leeds on the last tour. We've never had a bad gig in Leeds. I always say this. Even before we were in the Hotpots, we had really good gigs in Leeds. Leeds is a kicking place. And this year in Leeds was just fabulous. We had the most people in, and I think we played really well. It was just one of those gigs that was just everything came together. And for some reason, in my mind, when I'm thinking about last year, that gig comes into my
Don't
mind.
mess on the welcome mat this year.
It was none of that either.
Yeah.
That being said, we were playing well at the end of the year.
We were.
Yes.
My overriding memory of the last tour was the gig in London, which I know was only like a 200 capacity venue, and there was no dressing room that we could easily get to, or no wings that we could exit to once we'd done Chippy Tea and then come back for the encore. So we stayed on stage, and the one thing that when I think about the entire tour was being stood on that stage, and the crowd was so loud.
It was loud.
My ears actually hurt because of the raw.
Not the volume of the PA or the monitors
just
being too
raw.
loud. Just voices
Of the crowd.
appreciation. Yeah. Very good.
That will stay with me for a long time. A bit like that garlic bread that we had before. So yes, 2016, great. If you were a part of it, if you bought something, came to something,
Thanks a lot.
mugged us on the street, thank you very much.
Cheers.
2017, wow. Who knows what's ahead? Well, I tell you who does know what's ahead.
And it's slick.
It's Mr. Bob Riggles, because he's got a list
That is slick.
of our 2017 engagements, dates, festivals confirmed so far. So, over to Bob.
It starts pretty soon, doesn't it?
It starts in a fortnight, well, from the date that we're recording this.
In a couple of weeks, we're at the Theatre by the Lake in Keswick.
There is but a handful of
Only
tickets
a couple
left
of
for
those
that.
left if you want in. If you want to see the 2017 show, which is almost kind of the same as the last tour's show, maybe with one or two little bits until we get things sorted during the year, then that's where you want to be. Keswick, Saturday the 4th of February.
Any more?
There's a few more on this piece of paper, yeah. 18th of February, that's a Saturday as well. The Citadel in St Helens, you can't get in that.
Sold out.
That's gone. That's gone. There were one or two tickets floating about, single sort of seats up in the balcony.
They're gone.
Even they've gone now. My dad's going to be at that one. My dad's not been to see us for quite a while.
Wow.
Saturday the 4th of March is the Flower Pot in Derby. Is there still tickets available?
There's about 40. At the time of recording, there's about 40 tickets left, but they're going to go. They are going to go.
It goes every year.
That's a night, isn't it?
It is a night.
Full of beery goodness.
Yes, they sell some good ales in that pub, and it's open till late.
It is.
And we stay in the room above the pub,
Yeah.
don't we? So that's going to be another good night. The week after, 11th of March, Saturday night, is our return to Hull, but a new place.
Good drive up there.
Yes. We've not been to Hull for a while, so it'll be good to see everybody in East Yorkshire / sort of Humberside. Is that still officially a thing?
I think so, yeah. You've got bridges.
Yeah.
It's colder up there, isn't it? It's cold. It's colder.
It's basically Scotland. That's what you're talking about.
So come and see us in Hull.
And it's kind of still up in the north of this island.
But we're not staying there like all week till this gig. We'll come home.
No.
Go
We'll
back.
come home,
Yeah.
go back. We'll put a few carbon footprints down.
Yeah.
It's the old fire station in Carlisle.
Yeah, like
Yes. No, we've not been to Carlisle since I think about 2008.
crumbs.
Really?
Yeah. Kenny's never been.
Wow.
Again, I got another good drive.
The old fire station, is that where we played last? Or was it the Brickyard?
No, it was the Brickyard we played last
Brickyard we played.
Don't
yes.
give free advertising to the competition.
No.
So get yourselves down there. I'm sure, probably, knowing us and knowing how popular, I'm sure that's probably going to sell out too. So get your tickets
reckon?
early.
You reckon?
Oh, yeah, Carlisle. Yeah.
Very, very good. Thank you, Carlisle.
Big in Carlisle.
We love you. That's the name of the next album. Big in Carlisle.
Write that down.
Saturday the 8th of April. We've not been to this place for a couple of years because it's been refurbished. It's the Berry Met in Bury.
The Berry Met. Off the top of my head, at the time of recording, there's only about 80 tickets left, which sounds a lot, but believe you me, they're going at the rate of about dozens a week.
That will sell out.
It will sell out.
It's like Queen's Magic Tour in '86.
Always sell
So yeah, tickets sharpish.
Be nice
Go.
to see our old friend Terry, who's the
on the sound engineer.
very, very talented engineer there. Can't wait to see
Unless
him.
it's been made redundant through the refurbishment, who knows? Maybe they've got a robot instead.
He might be on a scheme.
Might be on a scheme.
Should be all right.
Yeah, let's.
We
let's
hope you're
see him.
well. Tell.
Saturday the 13th of May, which is my sister's birthday.
Happy birthday, my sister.
It's a local gig for us, really. So it's just down the road from St Helens, Warrington Pyramid.
I can confirm because I know these things. Half the tickets have gone for that one.
Is this part of the
This is
Food
part of
Glorious
the
Food Tour?
Glorious food.
Right, so by the time we get to here, we've really got to change the set.
We have. Don't worry. We've got enough songs based on food.
We've got plans. Don't you worry.
I'd like for the first half almost to be in all, with the odd exception. We'll crowbar something as in, who sells hot dogs?
Yeah.
IKEA.
IKEA.
Yes,
there we
yes,
go.
yes.
But other than that,
Yeah.
I want it.
Well, that's the thing,
Everything.
isn't it? It's a challenge. We don't want to be sitting on our laurels and just
Four chippy teas.
churning the same stuff out. We want to mix things up. We've found a formula that works, but we're artists. We're going to mix that formula up and make that work as well. Okay, where were we up to? We were up to
Warrington. So yeah, we're talking about the tour, food.
So yeah, we'll mix it up. We'll mix it up just like any good cake mix. We'll mix
I
this
like
up.
it.
Thank you.
You're
It's
doing it
slick.
already. You're doing it already.
And then ploughing into these late early summer, I suppose. We go Lancaster, Salford, Blackpool, Burnley, Stockport, and then up to Silloth for the
So
Music
yeah,
and
our
Beer
first
Festival.
confirmed festival date of 2017.
kind of at the end
September
of the end of the festival season, isn't
Yes,
it? Really.
Silloth Bang. It's the Silloth Silloth Music and Beer Festival, and it's going to be good because on the Saturday you've got the Lancashire Hotpots, and for the evening session you've got our very good friends, the Clone Roses.
I can't wait.
All right, mucka, all right, kidda. Yeah.
So that's going to be top, though, isn't
That
it?
is core.
Yeah, that's going to be a party.
So
If you didn't have a pen and paper at the ready to write any of those down, check out the website, of course.
Did you just hurry me up there?
Click on Bob's face.
You just hurried me up, didn't you?
he doesn't want to do too much talking today. He wants some
You
drinking.
just kind of nudge me out the way. It's loads, isn't it?
Yeah, we're into summer there. I want to talk about now.
Click on my face, click on my
Bob's
face, click on my
face.
face, ding ding, click on my face, click on my face, ding ding, click on my face, click on my face, click on my face.
Click on his face.
Can we make that into a jingle? Can you do that? Can you do that before the end of the day?
To the tune of Blankety Blank.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Click on my face, click on my face, ding ding, click on my face, click on my face.
Ping, ping, pang.
Job for half term there. Anyway, there was a time when on social media I used to ask for questions and I'd get virtually none.
Oh.
However, in this new improved age of Lancashire
Hotpots
Hotpotism,
2.0.
I've got dozens of them. I've even arranged some of them into a theme.
Oh,
Right.
But but we'll start
Preparation
off,
is key.
Start off with the random questions. We're at a beer festival. We're drinking beer, and I'll throw out Gary Langley's question,
Mango.
who said, "Have you ever thought about having an ale produced?" Now, therein lies a tale. We won't tell too much about the tale, but suffice to say that many years ago, before all this getting an ale produced started to be a thing, we tried to get an ale produced, and let's just say it didn't happen. Let's just remind the listeners that the five of us that are Lancashire Hotpots, we are very famous, especially in the northwest of England. We like beer.
Yeah.
So if there are beer people in the northwest of England who've got any ounce of sense among them, any ounce of sense,
Put my face on the pump.
join the dots, people. Join the dots.
There's only soapbox here.
Can I just say, Cloudwater, I'd quite like to do a beer with you because you're really good and local.
Kenny's collabs. that was an appeal on behalf of Kenny Body.
And I really like Jim. He's a really nice guy with a very nice beard.
Oh, there you go.
There you go, name
complimented
Nice
his beard.
beards.
The deal's as good as done.
Yeah.
Damien Bolton says, and I wouldn't wish to express favouritism in any way, what's your favourite venue to play and why?
Great question.
Oh, yes. Well, we are in Manchester. And I don't know, just through the years, we've always kind of had a special gig in Manchester. It's always been very good, hasn't it? And,
It's always been the highlight for me.
and this year, moving up to Academy 2, to play that room was
Good, wasn't
especially when we have me and you particularly, Bernard, have seen some great bands in there, and to kind of play in the same space was an absolute honour this year.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah. I like it. But I don't know. I like someone with a nice dressing room. Because there's some venues that are really good, and there's just rooms are terrible, aren't they? Dressing rooms are terrible.
Yeah.
Preston's nice because you always get a nice sofa. You can have a lie down. Where else has got a really nice dressy?
Blackburn. King George's
yeah.
Hall has got a very nice backstage.
In fact, Blackburn's always a good show as well, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Nice layout. And I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to the new venue in Blackpool this year to see what that holds. Yeah. Looking forward to that.
Kenny?
I'm going to be boring, but yeah, Bob kind of hit the nail on the head with Manchester. Kind of missed the club academy this year. It's a nice little place. Always got a good atmosphere. It's always booming. But yeah, it was nice doing the academy too as well. But Manchester's always the one I look forward to the most. Nothing against anywhere else. Other venues are available.
Well, I initially was going to go for the Flower Pot because of the holy trinity of great ales, great pizza from the top chef, and the fact that the rooms are just above the venue.
And great sound engineer.
And great sound engineer. In fact, I will go. I was going to twist, but I'll stick with the Flower Pots.
Very good. Plus it's nice going to new places as well, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
To kind of, suss out those kind of places, and who knows where we're going to be in 2018.
Simon Toddy Two Shoes says, would you ever consider a dual gig sing-off with the everly pregnant brothers? Kenny.
But we'd have to do like a parody of something, and we don't really do parodies, and they only do parodies. So it's
there is a difference of style.
Yeah, we both do songs about pound shops, don't we? So there is something there that we've got in common.
Why would it have to be a sing-off? Why can't we just do a gig at the same day in the same venue?
I think that's what he's referring.
No,
to.
I think he wants it to kick off. I don't want it to kick off. I want it to be a nice day out.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be. We've probably got a bit of overlap there in terms of fans and whatnot. So yeah, it'd be interesting.
Where are those dudes based?
Sheffield.
Oh right, okay, yeah. So we'd have a Lancashire and Yorkshire night, the Pink Rose.
Well, let's get the bar stewards involved as well. Might as well if we're going that way.
And the biscuits, and then you've got a festival on your hands.
Yeah. Wow, let's do it. Somebody do it.
Let's rein it back in. We've got gigs booked.
We'll take Stupendous with us.
Yeah.
A bit of Northwest backup.
Spadoosh
are on.
That's a night right there.
Right. Daniel Fleming says, if you were forced to play at Trump's inauguration, what Hotpots song would you play? Bernard?
Oh, I watched it and I enjoyed it.
I watched some of it.
It was very interesting. If I'd have been there singing, I would have liked to have sung The Perfect Pint, because there's quite a few people that I'd like to see all them bobbing up and down.
There wasn't that many people there.
I know, but more than 200, weren't there?
Yeah. Kenny?
I'd quite like to do Don't Make the Polar Bears Cry.
Oh, you've stolen mine. Because he's a climate change denier. And he is making the polar bears cry.
I would do a song we've never done before, or we've not even written yet. But on our PRS sheet I'd put down we were playing Chippy Tea, but in fact in that spot I would do the hot pot version of John Cage's 4 minutes 33. And just stand there in silence.
Silent protest.
Yeah, nice work. Very political, you boys. Keep it right.
Gary Langley says, genuine day jobs aside, what would you like to be doing in the real world? If you could do any job, Bernard.
Crane driver. Yeah, really massive crane up in the sky. You can have a sandwich whenever you want. Just people talk to you on radios.
What about the toileting issue?
Big massive 6-litre bottle.
Yeah. Solids.
Cut the top off a 6-litre bottle.
Bob, what would your ideal job be?
Well, I quite like drawing, and I do a little bit of drawing on the side. I'd like to do that full time. Just cartoons and things. I'd like to sit in a Tesco kind of cafe with a laptop and that'll be my job.
It's not the same when toddlers draw on the wall, though, is it?
No.
That's the wrong kind of drawing, darling.
Wrong kind of
Please
drawing,
stop it.
Kenny?
I quite like my day job at the minute, now that I work for a more reputable company. Yeah, but if I was going to do something a bit different, I'd like to work for a Formula 1 company. I know my limit though, so obviously I'm not going to be the driver. I'd like to be part of that team that they always talk about, that's back at the factory, that's doing all the important work that makes the wins possible.
I want to do that as well.
That'd be really good, wouldn't it?
I'll come with you.
I'll go and work in like Brackley or something, or as part of the teams that don't actually have to go abroad and do all the fun stuff.
I could design the livery. Yeah. I could do all that stuff, couldn't I? All the kind of graphics on the car.
A strategy team back at the factory who calls the shots while the race is on. That'd be quite exciting.
Do you want to be part of this F1 package?
Not the F1. I think, obviously, as a visual aid for the listener, as we look around, we can see many beer stalls and quite a few food concessions. And I think what I'd like to do is to do a little bit of chefing on the side.
Yeah. Chefing what though? I mean, chefing is a wide variety.
Well, it'd obviously have to be a twist on a classic. Make it vegetarian. And
I'd like that.
But yeah,
I think
a little bit of heat in there.
Definitely a little bit of heat.
Yeah.
A little bit of
Brewdog
spice.
sounds like it could be quite fun as well. They seem a bit mental, so if there's any jobs going at Brewdog and you want someone who's got no beer related skills other than drinking, give me a call.
Knowledge is power.
Michael Preston says, who spends the longest in the shower?
Can you tell me?
Because Billy's not here, are we going to say
attached
Billy?
to the wall, Billy. How does it make? You press it. Oh yeah. Why are you watching me in the shower? Just like it.
Right. Now we're coming on to what I've done is I've themed a few questions.
Great work.
Gary Kenyon says, how long did it take to write and perfect Chippy Tea? Tom Eccles says, how and who comes up with all the songs? And Pete Walker says, how collaborative is the songwriting process? Do you all turn up with song ideas? And Jane Stewart says, any chance of hearing Kenny Body on vocals? Let's start with Jane's question first. Kenny, would you like your own song?
I'm not even allowed a microphone on stage. What makes you think I'm going to be given a song to sing on? But there has been talk of it in the past, hasn't there?
Yeah, I almost got round to writing you a song. I know what the song's called. It's called Three in a Bed.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I can't divulge at this particular stage what that song might be about, but stay tuned. It might come to fruition one day, and Kenny is the person who will be singing it for reasons.
I could do a bit of drumming. I did in the olden days.
Yeah, you did. Didn't you?
Yeah. That'd be quite good.
Yeah, thank you.
It's supposed to be a morning after type.
I don't feel very well, mate.
On the Hard Day's Pint album, there was supposed to be a Kenny Body morning regret song.
That's still there. That's still there. It's it's still working away, just chewing over that one.
Yeah, but if you think my drumming's bad.
Auto-tune.
So the original part of that question was on about Chippy Tea and how long it's taken to perfect.
Well, it's funny because Chippy Tea was quite a long time ago, and now at this point, I'm probably going to remind Bob that you recently found a phone.
Yes.
With lots of very, very early
videos
and audio clippings.
Yes.
And do you think that it would be possible to find the original demo for Chippy Tea and maybe...
I'm quite sure it's in the WhatsApp group.
Drop it in, not necessarily here, through the medium of post.
Yeah.
Let's drop it in.
Let's try and play that now.
All together. Chippy tea, I want a chippy tea, but you keep giving me posh nosh, it doesn't agree with me. I don't want lobster thermidor, your raspberry coulis. I'm a working man from Lancashire, and I want a chippy tea. Obviously we've got to work out those vocal changes, here we go. Oh, up another key, here we go. Wiggin' chicken.
Wow.
That was you singing it.
That sounded a little odd, didn't it?
Some of the lyrics weren't quite formed.
Yeah.
And I was the first person ever to hear Chippy Tea, even before Bernard.
Oh, yeah.
Before it was even kind of brought to your ears.
Yeah. Nice.
But I think it's one of those songs that, because it's been with us from the start, it's been in every single set we've ever done.
Yep.
It has kind of evolved. It's changed a little bit. Even this year we've kind of added an extra sort of little bit to the ending, haven't we?
Yeah,
you know. So it's we always kind of try and reinvent it, little tweak here and there, you know.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, most songs
we've flirted with an even bigger change for it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Remember?
Which will be included in the Winter Tour 2017.
There you go. You see, remember it.
Yeah.
Rememberisationalises them.
Now, it's funny about saying about collaborations. Most songs come fully formed, but me and Bernard, we've got our own WhatsApp group.
Idea for a song.
Oh, you've got your own WhatsApp group, have you?
Yeah.
Got just you two, is it?
It is, yeah.
And what I've done is I've copied and pasted from that, just to give the listeners an insight into the compositional process.
Safe for work?
It's very safe for work, yes. 14th of April 2016. Now, in this group, I often goad Bernard, offering him suggestions, and you will offer me suggestions, and sometimes nothing will pass, but sometimes on a daily basis,
there's a spark.
It'll be wouldn't it be a good idea to do a song about
chips?
Or wouldn't it be funny to do a song about hoovering?
And men who come and clean your wheelie bins.
Yes. Spray away, that could be called.
Yeah.
So
Write that down.
I was constantly saying to Bernard, right, you're at a massive festival such as Kendal Calling. You've got all those people out there. What are you going to get them to do? And I was prodding you. I was goading you. I was prodding you. And on the 14th of April, these words came through. Now you'll be able to. This is like the before and the after. Now, do you want me to read this verbatim?
Yes, go, yeah.
Right. When the
Try again.
When the invitation came through the door, I knew I didn't have to hold it anymore, because I've been keeping it inside now for so long.
Mysterious.
But now the time is finally here, and once my belly is full of beer, I'll be doing it right, but being told I'm wrong. Turn up the music, hit the lights, because I'm going to shine tonight. I won't hesitate, I've got to take my chance. With my tie already loose, it's the dance floor that I choose. That doesn't work, never mind. Get ready, because here comes the dad dance. Now, chorus, point toward the sky. Kick, pretend to fly. Rock, come on dad, dance with me. Oh, we got bing bongs. Rave.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Manchester Beer and Cider Festival.
Yep, we are there.
Just to advise those
just wait for the announcement.
pre-purchased tickets for the Going Dutch beer tasting session, which is taking place in Central 5. It will be commencing at 1300 hours, 1 p.m. So you need to make your way along there, folks, for the Going Dutch tasting session.
I went Dutch once, never again. Let's dip back in with the chorus.
Back in. Rave, hands in the air, thrust like you just don't care. Dance, come on, do the dad dance with me. Now,
You see,
can you see what we did there?
I didn't even know that occurred.
Yeah, see.
Now, so there's two things. I completely binned off your first verse.
Yes, of course. Well, yeah, that was the setup.
That was the setup. See, it doesn't matter that, it wasn't used. It's the
journey, isn't it?
It's the journey.
It is the journey.
I noticed as well that I binned the kick.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine 10,000 people at Kendal Calling
each other.
kicking the person in front?
Yeah.
The queue at the St John's ambulance would have been
Shins bleeding everywhere.
airplane. But see, airplane, pretend to fly. See, that all makes sense. You wouldn't kick and pretend to fly. And so you started that. Without that wouldn't have. You came up with the idea. The chorus is pretty much all fully formed.
It's nearly there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But with that, but that's how it's done. Sometimes you throw the ball to me, I will catch it, I will remould.
It's a hot potato. It can sometimes be chips. You can bake it. It's a multi-usable veg / idea.
Smashed.
That was a nice insight, that, chaps.
Yeah.
Even to other members of the band.
So
that was quite nice.
So that was the 14th of April. So it wasn't so long after that we must have recorded that, really.
And what a banger.
I remember sitting in the recording studio listening to the hard work you chaps had put in, and just the first thing I imagined was just playing out at Kendal Calling and having a massive crowd. It was just big. It was just, that's what it made you think of.
Yeah, nice.
So Hotpot Secrets.
That's been my favourite section of any podcast.
Yeah.
Well done.
Right.
It's all in the prep.
That's more or less business done for this month.
I don't know if you can hear this, but that's an empty glass.
Oh dear.
Bernard's thirsty.
We're all very thirsty.
Oh, and the bing bongs are coming thick and fast.
Ladies and gents, a quick reminder to those who have prepaid for the Going Dutch tasting session.
You don't get this on 5 Live.
John Clark. It will start shortly, but there may well be spaces available. So if anybody wishes to join in,
You're listening to the Lancashire Hotpots podcast.
And you will get tastes of the various beers. And
Manchester Beer and Cider Festival,
wonderful knowledge
2017.
about Dutch beers, and he knows a lot about Dutch beers. So if you
He does know a lot about Dutch beers.
please get to yourself to Central 5, and it's first come, first served. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
In fact, we should have bing bongs on our regular podcast, I think. That'd be great.
We could just sample those ones and put them in future podcasts, can't we?
Thanks for listening.
Thank you very much indeed for listening. We're off now to get ourselves some more beer. We hope to see you out on the road. For now, I can hear the music.
Oh, it's coming in.
Here it is.
The Lancashire Hotpots podcast.